for the mile. And from the outside, Ochan will come into the pace-setting position. Actually staying out in lane 2, trying to get out and ahead of Sagai. But Sagai being pretty aggressive here in the early going, getting away from the world record holder, Kipyegon.
And literally running past the pacer. I mean, Sagai is on a mission. I'm not sure the pacer's going to be able to keep pace.
Well, she's going to have to try to chase Sagai now, and Kipyegon is getting right behind her. So that's something you don't see every day, but that also suggests that, you know, and this is a good rivalry here between Sagai and Kipyegon. And this is, you know, whether you're sending a message to the off season or you just say, hey, I just want to beat this woman one time.
Yeah. No, I mean, we talked about this, right? The stage has been set here at Athlos, and we talk about having celebrities, and it's a party. But for the women on the track, this is big business. They want to come out here, they want to run really well, and they want to leave something memorable for all the fans that showed up for them. And so that's what we're seeing. The pacer has actually come off the field here after 400 meters, unable to keep the pace. But you're running with two of the best women to ever do it. This is phenomenal racing at this late in the season, and you see the two women up front have separated themselves from the field.
Kipyegon has the mile world record, of course. Sagai is the second fastest ever. But how about this stat? Kipyegon has never lost to Sagai. She is 18-0, including 15-0 in 1500s, and they have never, ever raced the mile distance until tonight.
Wow. I wouldn't have thought that was possible, but I also would have thought that Sagai may have gotten faith in one or two races, but the fact that she is unbeaten just goes to show, you know, why we all just admire all that she's accomplished on the track. They come around now for the first 800, Paul.
And they're slightly past 800 meters, but at the half mile, they worked their way through in about 2:07:51, so slightly slower than the prescribed pace, but they are under that all-comers record of 4:20:39 that was set back in 1998. Icon Stadium record is going to be done in about 2 minutes. I can tell you that. It's around 4:30. But here now, Sagai and Faith challenging her on the outside, and Sagai just looks around and is not staying with her.
I gotta say, I'm a little surprised that the rest of the field has fallen off so much, expecting Nikki Hiltz to be in the mix a bit more, but they're almost 100 meters behind the two women out front.
And now you can see on the graphic on your screen, over 100 meters separating the leaders, and more space now separating Kipyegon and Sagai as they roll to the bell lap. 1 lap to go as Faith eyes some history here in New York.
Faith doing Faith things, already making the move. I watch this race, often listen to you and Kara Goucher, our colleague, talk about how she's able to just infuse that speed effortlessly at any time in the race. And I mean, she has done that, and now she's opening up an even larger gap to the woman in the back, maybe 120 meters or so. It's insane, Paul.
Well, 200 meters to run. Sagai, you can see it on her face. She's starting to lose traction and ground to the world record holder, who has put together another iconic season. And this icon is heading into the stadium named Icon. Fitting tribute here. Sagai doing everything she can to stay in close contact. But this crown is going to the greatest of all time. Faith Kipyegon wins the mile in the fastest mile ever run on U.S. soil. And now the race behind. Nikki Hiltz trying to hold on for third. And it's Hiltz, Hailu, and Ajore. Big smile for Hiltz. Get a nice payday. And, you know, the thing we always appreciate about Faith as well is just how the rest of the field is immediate to show how much they believe in her, respect
and
her.
appreciate her. What she has done for this event is undeniable, and I think all athletes can appreciate when there's a generational talent like a Faith Kipyegon in your event. You just can't deny that. And so you see so much love, and she pours it right back into them. Whenever she's finished competing, she always turns around and hugs every single athlete that has competed against her. And so it's just really great. And I also wanted to just mention and just acknowledge that level of consistent greatness that you mentioned. To be able to go up against one of the other best women to ever do it and to be undefeated, you don't see that in these types of events. And so Faith is really just one of a kind and a true gem in our sport.
Let's give credit where credit's due. That gutsy effort in the early going by Sagai kind of kept that pace going.
Yeah.
That pace setter wasn't going to be able to stick with that pace. And Sagai also under the previous all-comers record in the United States, running sub 4:20. But Faith, she's got a lot of that tape hung up somewhere.
I'm telling you, as she should.
Another magical year